Hi everyone, welcome back to YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss about 5 skills of HR Generalist. Before going to discuss about the skills, let's talk about what HR Generalist does. So generally HR Generalist handle multiple HR tasks based on the organization requirement. So let's see the role and responsibilities. So they have to take care of recruitment and hiring, then onboarding process. So once new employee join to the company, as a HR Generalist, they have to do some joining formalities with them. Then employee relations, so resolve conflict and maintain a positive work environment. Then performance support, so generally they guide manager and employees throughout performance circle. Then employee engagement, so they have to do some employee engagement activities so that the employees can be motivated. Then compliance and policy, so they need to ensure HR practices align with labor law and company policy. Then last but not the least, workplace culture, so they have to maintain a positive working environment so that every employee can feel productive. So in simple terms, they don't specialize in one area, they are skills across all of them. Okay, so they have to know everything so they can support end to end. Now let's talk about one example. Neeta and Neha working as a HR generalist in different companies. So Neeta is working IT company and company size 1000 employee, and Neha is working manufacturing company and company size 200 employees. But their role and responsibilities are totally different. Neeta has to take care of recruitment and onboarding process, and Neha has to take care of employee relation, engagement, workplace culture, and she has to solve employees problem also. Now maybe you have a question in your mind. They are working as the same profile, but why they have a different role and responsibilities? So I'll tell you the 4 factors why their role and responsibilities change. Okay, so first, based on the industry, company will decide what HR generalist they have to do that. For example, IT company, more recruitment and onboarding process they have to do that, and manufacturing company they have to handle employees relation and compliances. Now second point, company size. So small company HR generally handle different tasks. Okay, so everything they have to maintain, and large company focus on only specific area. For example, recruitment they have to do, otherwise onboarding, employee relation. Okay, only specific area they have to pick it. Now third point, business need. So generally if a company has a requirement for more hiring or onboarding, then as a HR generalist they have to do recruitment and onboarding. Now if company restructuring, then as a HR generalist they have to maintain employee relation, or they have to support them, they have to communicate well so that employee don't have any confusion when restructuring the company. Now let's talk about the 4 point HR team structure. So solo HR generally handle almost everything, and large HR team their responsibilities are divided among the specialists. So in simple term, HR generalists they have to be all-rounder within the organization. Now let's talk about 5 skills. Okay, conflict resolution, then handle risk, emotional intelligence, data analysis, and culture building. So these are the 5 skills as a HR generalist they have to be perfect. Okay, so if you are looking for HR generalist profile, you should be know this 5 points. Now let's talk about one by one. What is conflict resolution? How you can handle employees problem peacefully? First you have to listen. Okay, so you have to listen both the story. Okay, suppose two employee has a some problem or they have a conflict on a particular topic, then you have to listen then both of the story, and don't just quickly understand what people really feel. Then second, reframe means stop focusing on who is right or wrong. Okay, so then you need to understand the problem and try to find out the problem, then ask how you can improve, then resolve. Okay, find a fair solution together and record what happened. Okay, you have to record everything, then follow up after a week. So these are the 3 steps you have to follow when you handle the employees conflict. Now let's talk about one example. So Neeta and Neha have been arguing publicly for a week. Team morale is dropping and their manager report the issue to HR department. Okay, so Anita and Neha is arguing on particular topic, and their manager not happy and report to the HR generalist. So as a HR generalist, what you have to do that, listen, okay, arrange a private meeting with them, and no judgment, just you have to find out the actual root cause, and you find that unclear task ownership. Okay, so manager not able to divide the task properly to them, so that is the reason they are arguing for weeks. Then reframe. So instead of blaming them, as HR you have to clarify how you can divide the task with the help of reporting manager. Okay, then resolve. HR can arrange a joint meeting, create a task ownership chart, or set a 1 week follow-up to confirm the tension is solved or the conflict is resolved. Okay, then what will be the result? Conflict resolved, trust, clarity improve, and team morale recovered. Okay, so because of unclear task ownership, both they are arguing. So you have to find out the reason, and then you have to give the appropriate solution so that both party will be feel happy. Now let's talk about the second skills, handle risk. Okay, so as a HR generalist, you are not obviously lawyer, but you have to think like that. Okay, so you have to handle normal HR matter, for example policy question. Okay, if an employee has minor attendance issue, then missing onboarding document, okay, general workplace complaint, you have to do by yourself. So for example, employee forget to submit a document, so HR handle it direct. And escalate now. Suppose you have some serious issue. Okay, so what you have to do, that you have to involve your reporting manager. Okay, for example harassment and discrimination. If someone has a problem, okay, about harassment and discrimination, and they inform to you, so you have to involve your reporting manager. Then data privacy, someone sharing employees information without permission, okay, then you have to be involved your reporting. Then threat or violence or self-harm, and these are the serious issue you can't handle by yourself, so you have to be with someone so that you can solve the problem. Now let's talk about the case study. Suppose HR received a anonymous claiming that senior manager creating a hostile environment for a junior employee. So what is hostile environment? For example, making an employee uncomfortable, unsafe at workplace. Okay, so one employee send a complaint to the HR department that my senior manager creating a hostile environment. So in that case, what you have to do, that you can't be handled this problem alone. Okay, you have to escalate immediately because it's a serious issue. Okay, bring the senior HR, okay, legal counselor, document everything, and protect the employee's identity also. And when you feel that this is the serious issue, then you have to be someone so that you can solve the employee's problem properly. Now let's talk about emotional intelligence. So what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence means understanding people, staying calm, and dealing with situation wisely. So as a HR, you have to be emotional intelligent. So 4 pillars of HR generalist: self-awareness, empathy, regulation, and social skills. What does it mean? Let's talk about example situation. Maria was a top performer. Suddenly, she is missing deadline and avoiding meeting, and her manager is frustrated and wants HR to deal with her. So Maria is a top performer. She not able to meet the deadline and avoiding meeting, and her manager not happy, and that's why her manager inform HR to deal with her. So what you have to do that? Now self-awareness. Self-awareness means you should not judge Maria without knowing anything. Then empathy. Empathy means you have to arrange a meeting with Maria privately and try to understand what's happened with her, why she not able to perform well. So Maria relieves she going through a family health crisis. So this is the actual reason she not able to meet the deadline. Then regulation. When manager pressure, so HR should stay calm and post back. Okay. Then tell to reporting manager, let's support Maria, not punish her, because they already have a good record. So we should not be strict as she has some family problem. Then social skills. So HR connect Maria to the company's employee assistance programs and arrange a temporary workload relief. So these are the 4 steps you have to take to solve this issue. Now let's talk about data analysis. So this is the 4 skills of HR generalist. So without data you can't able to find out the actual reason, and with data you can find out the actual reason. So let's talk about one example. Problem: many employee leaving the organization. So HR think maybe employee are unhappy, so that is the reason they start leaving, okay, without data, and no action taken and problem continue. So what will be the result? Turnover keeps rising. But if you have a data, okay, if you check record and find, then you can find the actual reason. For example, most employee leave within 6 months. Then from one department most of the people leave. In exit interview mention that because of poor manager we want to leave the organization. Then what will be the solution? Train manager and improve onboarding process. So result: employee turnover decrease. As a HR generalist, you should have to analyze the data. So you have to find out the actual reason based on the data. Now let's talk about the final skills: culture building. So what is culture building? Creating a workplace where people feel respected, motivated and genuinely happy to work. So you have to create a workplace so that everyone want to work for the company. So ritual means regular activity that helps to maintain a good culture. For example, team meeting, okay, then checking, frequent employee recognition, okay, and onboarding, welcome ceremony, okay. So these are the things you can arrange. Then norms means expected behavior that everyone should follow, okay. For example, respect others. If you are senior manager, you should not be treat rudely to your junior, okay. So respect each other. Then punctuality, okay. Then open feedback culture. If you feel that this is the good performer, you have to tell openly, okay. So you should have such kind of culture. Then stories, okay, success stories that inspire employees and reflect company values, okay. Share employees success stories, celebrate teams when do perform well, okay. Then celebrate, okay, celebration also you can do, birthday celebration, okay, anniversary celebration. It create a good environment. Let's talk about the case study. So Priya joined a company excited but weeks. She feel invisible. No one explained the culture, value and what's good look like here, okay. So she's a new joining employee. After 2 weeks she feel boring, okay. Why? Because no one explained the role, responsibilities, culture, okay. So she is disconnected. So what you have to do then? Ritual. So HR organize a warm welcome ceremony, okay. Introduce Priya to team member, okay. Then norms. So as a HR generalist, you have to tell about company norms, okay. For example, how feedback given, okay, what collaboration looks like, how success is measured, okay. Then story. So HR share a story of previous new employees who done the good job, so that Priya also feel like a connected. So this is the case study. So hope you understand what is HR generalist and 5 skills of HR generalist. And if you find this video useful, you can like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.